For more on this and other Chinese exchange programs, Gong joins us from Beijing. He's a professor at the University of International Business and Economics, as well as a China Forum expert. Sir, thank you so much for joining us. So last November, during the China-U.S. summit in San Francisco, President Xi announced a plan to invite thousands of young Americans to attend exchange programs to study in China over the next 5 years. How has that been progressing, and what's the level of interest been?
Well, I think it's extremely important in the sense that study abroad broadens people's vision and also enables people to establish maybe even personal connections to different cultures. I think America has a tradition of study abroad programs, and certainly including Chinese universities in these programs is a very healthy thing to do. I remember before the COVID time, our university, for example, holds a program that receives hundreds of students from American universities each year, particularly with Duke University. I actually taught a course with these Duke students. So I think overall, the benefit is very clear. But I think in the context of the China-U.S. competition, this is extremely important. I think through these programs, people have a better understanding of the other side. And there's statistics to show that. For example, I think it's very clear that the percentage of population among young people in America who has a positive attitude towards China is a lot larger than their elderly generations. So it's clear that through exchange programs, through visiting the other country, broadens your vision and enables a better understanding of the other side. And there's an old American proverb that says, seeing is believing, right? So, come to China, take a look and learn about what's going on in China, as opposed to sitting the couches and watching the preachers from the media outlets that tends to have a prejudiced view about China in the U.S., in my view.
Yeah, seeing is believing, definitely. So I want to hone in just a little bit. Why are these programs so important to China in particular? What value do they add? And can they withstand some of the geopolitical differences and economic competitiveness, in your opinion?
Yeah, as I said, I think younger generations, I think American college students, young people, they're very open. I mean, they're mostly sort of having a liberal penchant, and they tend to accept new things. And I don't think that they will accept the kind of a narrative about China sort of permeating in the U.S. media these days. And China's very different. It's also quite complicated. It's a nuanced picture here. I think for students, American college students coming to China, they probably have a better understanding. And also, I think they get to learn the new technological development in China. I think your program mentioned one thing, high-speed railway. It's so pervasive in China right now, even among second-tier, third-tier cities, we have a high-speed railway connections. I think for American students to have that experience will give them some some understanding of the level of development in China, and there is something that also can be learned from China, in my view.
Only about 30 seconds left. So I want to ask you, with which other countries is China seeking to expand student exchange opportunities besides the U.S.?
Well, I think we have done a lot of work for these exchange programs with the developing countries. I think we need to do more with the developed world. United States is a good example. European Union countries, students are more than welcome to come to China, take a look. And also, I want to mention that it's also the other way around as well. We have a huge demand for Chinese students to go to American universities to study. But in recent years, unfortunately, for these STEM programs, for example, the U.S. government is adopting a policy that makes things a lot difficult for students. But that's okay. I think, as long as the young people, they're visiting each other, they're talking to each other, they're communicating, they're exchanging views, I think it's a healthy thing, very much contributing to a stabilized situation between the two great powers in the world.
Absolutely opens up a whole world of possibilities as well. We'll have to leave it there, but thank you so much, Gong.
Thank you.